Hi there, this is the VIOFO A229 ULTRA 2-channel dash camera. The front channel is a 4K resolution camera and the second channel is a full high definition in-cabin camera. I bought this dash cam to replace the very old dash cam in my truck. Join me in this video as I unbox this, do a bench test of it before installation and then install it in my truck. This is the VIOFO A229 ULTRA 2-channel dash cam. One option is that it comes with the 4K front camera and a 4K rear camera. The option I purchased instead is the 2-channel with a 4K front camera and a full high definition internal camera. One option of the product is a 4K front and 4K rear dual channel camera. The option I purchased is the 4K front camera and a full high definition in-cabin camera. Dual Sony Starvis 2 IMX678 image sensors for front and rear cameras. I don't know if that applies for the in-cabin camera though. Built-in dual band 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi. Supports smart voice control. Supports advanced parking mode. Built-in GPS logger. Voice notification in multiple languages. Supports micro SD memory card up to 512 GB. Let me unbox this. This is the front 4K camera. This is the in-cabin full high definition camera. Fisheye interior RNF210. It has a USB slot for audio visual out, which would connect to the front camera console. A user manual, adhesive tapes, and a VIOFO dashcam signage. There seems to be two protective films. Number one says please peel off this mask before application. Number two says please peel off this mask after application completed. Quick start guide. A 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter with two USB-C sockets and a USB-C to USB-C cable. A USB-A to USB-C data cable for connecting to computers for download. A data cable with USB-C plug at one end and a 3.5mm jack at the other end. This end connects to the front camera and this end connects to the in-cabin camera. A plastic trim removal tool. And lastly, a circular polarizer lens filter for attaching to the front camera to reduce glare. I've just laid the items in the package out like this so we can see it. As I said, USB-C plug to connect to the front camera console and USB-A plug to connect to a computer. This data cable is about 550mm long. 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. The top blue USB-C socket has a label which says dashcam. The bottom orange colored USB-C socket has a label which says Type-C. So I'm guessing that this adapter has two sockets, one to connect to the dash cam, the other to enable connection to any other USB device. The total power output rating of this adapter is 45 watts. This power adapter is model D6000. It takes input from 12 to 24 volt DC power supply. It provides output through the blue USB-C socket at 5V 3A, and output through the orange USB-C socket can be 5V 3A or 9V 3A or 12V 2.5A or 15V 2A or 20V 1.5 amps. This is a USB-C to USB-C cable. This cable has a rating of 20 AWG ampacity. Let's see how long this cable is. This power cable is about 3.4 meters long. This straight USB-C plug goes to this blue USB-C socket. This USB-C right angle plug connects to this USB-C power socket, which is located on the rear of the front camera. Before I install this dash cam to the truck, I will connect them all up here on this test bench, power it up, and then set up the initial configuration and test that it's working correctly. Only after successfully testing it will I install it into the truck. The only thing I will not test at this moment is this cigarette lighter DC power adapter. First thing to connect is this 4-pole 3.5mm jack. This jack goes into this socket labeled INT for internal or interior camera. The USB-C plug connects to the AV out socket on the side of the in-cabin camera. To obtain power, I will need to connect from this USB-C socket on the back of the front camera to this USB-A socket on this power adapter. This is because for this test, I'm not using this cigarette power adapter, so I'll not be able to use the supplied USB-C to USB-C cable. Instead, I'll use my own USB-C to USB-A cable. So this will go here, and this will go here. The power is not turned on, it is off whilst I'm making all these connections. This is to be safe and not damage any equipment. I will now remove the protective film on the front camera lens, and temporarily I'll stick it here since I do not want to lose it. I also remove the protective film over the lens of the in-cabin camera. There are two pieces of film. One covers the lens, the other covers the infrared sensors and infrared LED light. On the in-cabin camera, at each corner 1, 2, 3, 4 there is a infrared LED emitter light, and on this side there is one infrared sensor. Once mounted to the front windscreen, this camera will be tilted backwards so that it's looking at the inside of the cabin. For the micro SD card, I've purchased from SanDisk a model called the High Endurance card. They're intended for dash cams and home security cameras where there's continuous recording, and therefore the quality of the storage needs to be able to handle continuous video recording at the rated speed. This is a 256GB card intended to record 4K video. I'll now unpack this and format it in a computer. I have here the micro SD memory card that I formatted on my computer. It's formatted to the exFAT format. Before I insert the memory card into the micro SD slot on the side of the front camera, I ensure I disconnect the power supply so that the camera is powered off. Then with the display screen facing towards me, I hold the micro SD card so that the electrical contacts are facing me as well, and insert inwards and use my fingernail to press it in until a click sound and it's in. Turn on the power at the AC plug and it's powered up. That's good. Starts off with the language selection. These are the up and down or left and right arrow keys. I want English, but if I want Espanol, I'll press the right arrow key, it will go down. I press the left arrow key, it goes up. I press the center hazard key, it will mean OK to select. Now to select time zone, I press the right arrow key to go to GMT plus 10. Press OK. It now says time and date setup. Your dashcam will automatically set the time and date when a satellite signal has been received. I press OK. Speed units, I'll select kilometers per hour, press OK. Format micro SD card, all data will be deleted, press OK, which is the blue tick. Format successful. It now shows me a view of the front camera, which is the whole screen, which has been superimposed by the second channel, which is the interior cabin camera. It started recording and it shows me 4th of May, year 2026, time 15:57, which is correct, 0 kilometers per hour because we're stationary. Video protected. Pushing this button protected the video. I'll push again, see what that does. Video protected. If I hold this front camera further away from the objects there, you can see that the objects are in this image screen. There is a mismatch in the refresh rate of the LED lights I have in the room with the camera, and that's why I have the horizontal light and dark bars in the screen. This doesn't bother me since I know this is not a problem but a issue with the synchronization of the LED lights in this room to the camera. I've elevated the camera onto a box platform so that we can see the camera screen better. I'll press this button to stop recording. The recording light is blinking. I'll press again. Recording. 2 channels started. There's a solid red LED light on this power indicator. That means power is on. If this light is flashing red, it means that the device is updating firmware. If the red light is off, it means there is no power. There's a solid red recording light. It means recording is on. If this red light is flashing, it means that the cameras are not recording. I'll press one short press and camera has stopped recording. There's no more red dot next to this camera icon. If I press again, recording. 2 channels started. Recording has resumed and there's a red dot next to the camera icon. A solid blue GPS light means GPS signal is received. If this blue light is flashing, it means it is in the process of receiving a GPS signal. If there's no blue light here, then GPS has been disabled. A solid blue microphone light means audio recording is on. If this blue light is off, that means audio recording is turned off. This Wi-Fi light is off, it means Wi-Fi is disabled. If there's a solid blue light, this means Wi-Fi is connected. If there is a flashing blue light, it means Wi-Fi is on and waiting for connection. I will now step through the menu items. To be able to select the menu button, I need to stop the recording. So I'll click once to stop the recording. Recording is stopped. That's why it's flashing red and there's no red dot next to the camera icon. Now I press the menu button. I'm able to get to menu. Video settings, press OK. Press OK. I want to keep the front camera on 4K 30 frames a second and the interior camera at full high definition 30 frames a second. Press OK. Scroll down. Video bitrate. I want to keep it on high. Loop recording. I'll keep it at maximum of 10 minutes. Scroll down. Record audio. I'll keep record audio on. Exposure value. For front camera, I'll keep exposure compensation at 0. Scroll down. For rear camera, I'll keep exposure compensation at 0. For interior camera, I'll keep exposure compensation at 0. Go back up. Scroll down. High dynamic range. For front camera, I'll set it to on. For rear camera, I'll set it to on, even though there's no rear camera anyway. For G sensor, I'll keep it to medium sensitivity. Scroll down, stamp. I'll keep date stamp on, GPS speed stamp on, GPS coordinate stamp on, custom stamp no, license plate stamp yes, logo stamp no, brand model stamp yes, HDR stamp yes, stamp text color white. Scroll back up, scroll down, time lapse recording, keep it to off. Interior camera, I want the camera on all the time. infrared LED. I want it to be automatic. Parking recording. For parking mode, I'll keep it off. Scroll back up, scroll down, image rotate and mirror. For rear camera, there's none, so no. For interior camera, I'll test it with interior image no rotation and interior image mirror yes. Go back up. Custom text stamp, no. License plate, I've entered my license plate. Click OK. Go back up. Live video source, I can choose to have the interior overlaid. Scroll down. Privacy mode, I'll say off. Scroll back up. Go to system settings. Wi-Fi, I select 5 GHz. Scroll down. Bluetooth button function, I'll keep it turn on or off microphone. For action button, I'll set it to turn on or off Wi-Fi. I can change these settings later if I want. Time zone, keep it at GMT plus 10. Time format, I want 24 hours. Scroll down. Daylight saving, I'll keep it on off. Date and time, I have already set this up. Boot delay, I'll say no delay. LED, I want all on. Parking mode LED, all on. Beep sound, all. Voice notification on. Voice notification volume, medium. Voice control, on. Voice command. These are the various voice commands, take note of it. GPS, on. Speed units, kilometers per hour. Screensaver, 1 minute. Frequency, 50 Hz. Language, English. Format, no. Go back up. Format reminder, what is this? I'll keep it off. Default setting, no. Go back up. Version, this is the firmware version. That's it. Go back up the menu. Scroll down, file list. It shows the list of videos and photos. That's all the 3 sub-menus. I'll go back up.
Recording. 2 channels started.
This is a Lenovo 11-inch Idea tablet. I have a separate video where I unbox and set up initial configuration for this tablet that you can watch. This is the Google Play Store. I want to download the VIOFO Android application in order to install and then use this tablet to control the VIOFO dashcam. So search for VIOFO. This is the application I want, VIOFO. I will install it. Open the application. Allow access to music and audio on the device. Allow access to photos and videos on this device. So I'll select to connect to the camera. It's searching for the camera. It can't detect it because Wi-Fi icon shows that Wi-Fi is turned off. So instruction is long press the Wi-Fi button, which will turn the Wi-Fi on.
Wi-Fi enabled.
Wi-Fi now enabled. That's the SSID name. Press continue. Instruction is to go to system settings and select the VIOFO Wi-Fi. This is the VIOFO Wi-Fi. Click on it. Default password is 12345678. Press connect.
Wi-Fi connected.
Wi-Fi now connected. Now if I go back to connect camera, it shows the front camera view. Excuse the refresh rate lines. I'll point the camera downwards so the bars don't appear. Press the menu button. And it shows the videos that have been recorded. This is for both the front and interior camera. This is the front camera only. And this is the interior camera. If I click on this and play,
Recording. 2 channels started.
you'll be able to select the menu. Go back. Go back.
Recording. 2 channels started.
I assume this is to stop the recording. So this button starts and stops the video recording. This icon is to have a snapshot photo. This icon is to start or stop the video recording. Click on the settings and I'm able to see all the settings that I can change, which is good. Makes it more convenient.
Recording. 2 channels started.
This view is of the interior camera superimposed on the view from the front camera. I'll stop recording. I should mention that the front camera can be tilted slightly in order to achieve optimum directional alignment. The circular polarizer lens filter is designed to reduce bright glare from the sun or other bright objects. There is no thread on the filter or on the lens body, so this is a push-in tight fitting. I'll leave the protective film on at the moment. The next step is for me to install this dash cam to my truck windscreen. Before we go to the truck, I want to mention that additional spare adhesive pads are provided for the front camera and for the interior camera. I do not know what this felt round pad is for, and there are 3 pieces of windshield static stickers. There's a side one which says peel off this mask before application, and there's a side 2 which says peel off this mask after application completed. So there's actually a thicker middle plastic layer that has 2 very thin protective films on either side. These films are best removed by pulling on this tab, and if this is the windshield, then I peel off film 1 first and stick side 1 onto the windshield. Then I peel off film 2 and expose side 2 to the adhesive tape on the camera body and stick that on. I'm in my truck at the moment. This is the old dash cam I have. The dash cam is now faulty and not powering up. I pulled the camera mounting plate off and some of the adhesive tape is still there, but some of the remnant adhesive is still on the windshield. I use isopropyl alcohol to spray and dissolve it. Here I have the scrape right tool. I have the SRC Pro blade installed and we'll use it to scrape the remnants off. Seems to be working very well. I think the blade's done a very good job of removing that leftover adhesive. I'm happy with it. This is one of the static stickers. I'll peel off the film number 1 and be careful not to touch the film that is now exposed. I will apply it here. Remove any air bubbles by pushing it outwards. Now I peel off the protective film layer number 2. I want to have the front dash cam as high up as possible, about there. I peel off the 3M protective film. Try and align it central. That looks pretty even. I must say the adhesive is very strong. Once I touch it, it grabs. Push it gently, evenly. I think that's it. And the camera can be tilted thereabouts. I think that's good. Ideally, I would like to install the interior camera at the center around here, but my worry is that the fisheye lens will capture the top of this clock console and also this rear view mirror. I think I will have to install the dash cam about here. I've already wiped this with isopropyl alcohol. So now remove protective film 1 and apply about here. Push as many of the bubbles out as possible. Peel the protective film layer number 2. Since the cable from the interior camera has to go to the front camera, I will install with the USB-C AV out socket facing towards the front camera. Peel off the 3M protective film. Camera will be about here. Push it gently with that short cable, which has the 4-pole plug at one end and the USB-C plug at the other end. Insert the USB-C plug into the interior camera. I will just wind this access around the rear view mirror, and then the 4-pole plug is inserted into the socket on the right hand side like that. This is the power cable that goes from the front camera to the cigarette lighter power adapter. The right angle plug goes into the rear of the camera. I should have given it a bit more space, but I think I can get it inserted. Yes, it is inserted. For this video, I will not insert this power cable into the trim to test it. I'm just going to do a temporary install of this power cable. Wind it around the mirror. Insert the USB-C power plug into the dash cam blue socket like that, and then I'll plug this into the car cigarette lighter socket, and it's powered up the camera.
Recording. 2 channels started.
I can see the images for the 2 cameras, so that's good. It works. I'm pleased. So this is how it looks. The front dash camera installed and the interior camera installed as well. If I stop the recording, my next step is to take the truck out for a drive, record some video on the 2 cameras, and then show you what the videos look like. I'm taking the truck for a drive to capture some front camera view and interior camera view. It is a overcast day, so it is a good day to capture some video. I'm glad that I bought this VIOFO A229 ULTRA dashcam. I find the equipment well built. I find the software menu logical and comprehensive. And from my test drive, I found the videos from the front camera and interior camera to be a good quality. So overall, I am pleased to have replaced my faulty old dashcam with this new VIOFO dashcam. I do hope you found this video useful and interesting. Do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more and help the channel grow. Thank you so much.